Hey everybody, Arnaldo Wofferman here, Gear It First. This is my 2016 Silverado. It has been modded just slightly, and a lot of you guys have been seeing like my videos and stuff and asked what I've been doing to it. So yeah, I'll kind of walk you through everything, and I got links below so you guys can purchase the same kits and such if you would like. So let's kind of real quick go into the start of the very beginning, which is a heartbeat of the whole system, and that's my electrical system here. I just finished running new wiring. You can see there where the wire loom ends and the loose wire begins. So I got to finish putting that in the loom. So excuse that mess. But basically every aftermarket wire is done in a loom. I have a little bit of spare here just in case. I have my S&B air intake. So what I did is I've got a second battery here. You can see the first battery there. There's a second battery. And here is the very first part, which is the battery isolator. This particular battery isolator, what it does, in case you're not familiar with it, is it lets me run everything off a second battery. But you can't just hook two batteries together. They'll pretty much drain each other out, especially if they're two different batteries. You'll see this is a cheaper battery while I tested this whole system out. This isolator, when the truck is on, it allows the battery to charge. Once this battery is charged, the isolator shuts off. In here, this is literally a junction box, like a home junction box. And what's in here is every single controller for all the LED kits that you are about to see. So let's go ahead and close this up, and let's begin. First thing y'all gotta check out is the front emblem. Excuse all the love bugs, but this has the light up GM emblem. I was actually really surprised. This is an actual like authorized GM part. So that's pretty dope. My wife got me that one. Let's go ahead and take a look here for a second so y'all can see the grill here. What I did for the grill is, and I use all the OP7 kits. These just regular the LED strips. So those are two LED strips, one pointing up, one pointing down. Along with that, I also have the underglow kit. So along with the OP7 underglow kit, I also have lights for the inside. So I have them all tied together there. You'll see in just a minute. But what's really cool is that as you open the doors, they fade to white, including these here. Now on video, they look a little like almost like a pink color, but it's not like that at all. And also the grill lights turn white as well. So we close that. And it goes back to that. Now let's fire up the phone for my other phone for a second here. And I have two Bluetooth apps. Now the first app is the OP7 OPT7, I guess how you call it. And what this guy is rock light kit. So there's that. You can have it change colors. You can have some built-in color chases too. And same thing with this guy here. You know, you have different color chases. They have strobes. Really nice smooth color fade. Now we'll be very honest with you, one of these already went out on me, at least a cable, and OP7, no questions asked. I just sent them the Amazon order. I mean, it works, but if the cable gets bumped, you can see, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, it's kind of zip tied on that end there. If that cable moves, then the green LED flickers off. And OP7, no questions asked, they were sending me another unit, so that's pretty dope. Next, let's go into the ColorWorks LEDs. Now, I'll be very honest with you, the company that I got this from, I would not recommend them. After a while, the owner was finally somewhat nice, but they're just, the company that sells it, the dealer here, and the company that makes them, they're just not very nice people. But the reason that I went with this one, and the reason I requested it, is because, well, you're about to see. You have your regular LED rings. But here, let's go so you can see it here. There's some here, there's some over there, obviously there's more over there. You got the rock lights all the way through. And And the app's not even theirs. They actually use an app that was written for something else entirely, for LED strips. You know, in reality, if you're good with pixel tape, you could really make this on your own. If you're not good with pixel tape, well, then the Colorworks is really your best bet. There's still a link to it, but again, make sure you know what you're doing. They're just really not the nicest people. The reason I say not nice is the kit came later when it was supposed to, and he did at least offer my wife a discount because it was my birthday gift. But then the parts came, like a couple of them came bad, and I had to wait a week or two. I'm like, this is ridiculous, you know, and they really refused to make it right. So I had to sit there and wait for the parts to come in, and they're just very argumentative. Once they found out that I'm not an idiot when it comes to LED strips, and programming LED strips and pixel tape is something that, you know, I'm used to doing on the daily, suddenly their attitude changed. So that's that there. Big fan of this overall look. The rims are the Rockstar the Rockstar 2 rims. The 3s were already out by the time that I got these, but I'm a big fan of the look of the 2. Next is the air ride, and that's obviously for towing. You'll see in just a second the bags drop down. So I absolutely love the air ride. Big shout outs to JC's Customs for just doing an incredible job installing everything. You can actually see where it's already moving down a bit. I only put it to 50 psi now instead of the 100 psi. I used 100 so I can finish this last rock light. And I think that's it for those. I mean, there's the rough country, you know, 2 point something, almost 3-inch lift on there. And next is the topper. For the topper, I did get, and supposedly this is a, you know, it's the flex topper. It's like, oh, top of the line, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, that thing made me super angry. Only because it still leaks. It required a lot of work. And the guys at JC's did a really good job of making it not leak, but something should not need to be modified for it to work. Last one, last part of the LEDs, actually there's 2 more sets here. You'll see in just a second, there's the LEDs there. Again, also the OP7s. Last part is the OP7 tailgate bar. I'm not a big fan of these bars. My wife got it for me for Valentine's Day, but I love this one because it is a nice, solid image. It does have that cool Knight Rider type look too. And it has a really bright white light for backing up. But what I wanted to do is, you can see the light here. Give me a second here. This light, which eventually I need to upgrade the bulbs as well. There's that little flimsy lamp. I'm gonna change that to LED. And I have it wired to turn these to solid white. Similar how these turn white when the door opens, right? Well, I wanted it to turn the white in this bar as well as the brakes. So you can see how bright, look how bright this thing is. Like, it hurts to look at it directly. So this bar turns bright white when these are on, or when the backup lights are on. Now that is not a stock option in the bar. The way that was done is with a basically a two-way relay, the one with the 2 57 pins, 57, 57A. And what it basically does is it turns, or the relay activates whether A or B, we'll call it A or B, have power. So if this is sending power to the relay, it turns it on. If that's sending power to the relay, it also turns it on. So I've got the relay for that. And yeah, just super clean, all custom wiring in there. Now this bar, what it does is, this bar connects to this guy right here. The regular 4-pin connector. I didn't want to use my 4-pin connector, so I actually have this split off. There's the Y split in there. I also have a link to that. And that Y split is basically adding another tail over here. And that's connected to there, and it's tucked up inside the bumper. There's also, the Silverado has a harness, or an area you can plug in a harness. So if you wanted to use these tail lights, the stock tail lights that you can get with the Silverado or the kit, that turn on when that turns on. So I have that wired to that relay to turn this guy on and that guy on. And essentially that's it. It's super clean. I'll show you the sound system too. The sound system is stock as far as the radio for now, but it's going to two 12-inch, sorry for the mess, it's going to two 12-inch MTX shallow mount subs powered by the JBL GTR amp at 1100 watts continuous. And you may ask, well, why the MTX? Well, because honestly, I like the sound of the MTX, even over the JLs, even the JBL shallow mount. but they also had the most power handling, and man, this truck beats. I have the dash cam that is always on, always recording. Over here, I have the most incredible iPhone holder. It charges your phone. It charges your phone and automatically connects. So there you go there. This is my dash cam, or my dash cam, excuse me, my backup camera. It is always on. The whole point of the backup camera is not to see what's behind me, because I know how to freaking back up. It's so I can hitch my truck, or the trailer, so I can literally pull up to the trailer, turn on the airbags, it hitches, and I just gotta go in the back, finish locking it up, and it's good. There's my little base control switch. And here, you'll notice that there's 3 switches, and the diesels don't, I mean, the diesels come with 3 switches. The gas ones don't. So what I did is I bought one from the diesel. This is for the exhaust brake. It's already been painted over. These use latch relays, okay, but latch relays need 2 switches for it to work. This is just sending a signal to the computer. There is no latch relay where I can turn this on or off, and I wanted it to look stock. So since I only wanted 1 switch to control this on and off, and I wanted it to beep with this switch, and a latch relay switch was out of the question, I literally took that whole thing apart. I pulled it out so you can see it. And there is a regular switch in there. I hollowed this thing out, the switch. I filled it with super glue, put some aluminum foil in there, then put the piece in there, so it literally took the perfect shape of this. Yeah, it's not 100% clean, but you don't see that there's a switch in there, and it just looks pretty. And let me know what you guys think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you hate the fact that all this is being put on a gas truck? Leave your comments down below. And remember, if you're interested in anything that you saw, I do have links to everything, the entire shopping list. And, well, for the most part, there's little accessories like tester tape and all that, but I've put as much in there as I can. Hope that helps. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, and God bless. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more like it, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Gear It First, honest reviews, incredible gig logs, lots of tips and tricks, and more tutorials than any other YouTube channel. I guarantee it, or your money back.